quick introduction to our next lab, which is Lab 3b, which is a sales receipt list, and we're going to also prompt for user input. So if we look at what is in store here, so our objectives, so you're going to prompt the user to enter basically the price for 2 items. You're going to do a calculation for a subtotal of the products, and then you're going to determine the sales tax and print out the total. And you want to create some logical naming variables to display the output in something that's presentable. So the way the program needs to function is, got it outlined here. So prompt the user for two items, calculate the subtotal, calculate the sales tax, calculate the final total, print out the receipt, and then we have the receipts would need to have a header, include who the cashier was, printed items of the printed item and price, again the subtotal and everything else, and a footer message. So basically it will look something along the lines of this. So I have my sample code. So here I have information about the supermarket. So that information here is written in a constant. I have my little welcome introductory element there. And then I have items that they're going to enter. And I also have another set of variables here for the footer and store information. So this portion over here is going to be what the user is going to enter. And then what you're going to do then is then create this particular header, the store information, who the cashier was, the item, again the sales, the total, the sales tax, and then the total cost of it. So looking at the starter code that I have, again, we're utilizing functions, so you're not going to do anything down here. And what you're going to do is start everything under the message function, and also remember to indent everything. And I also gave you areas, and if you need more space, just hit enter, of what you need to perform in them here. So I'm giving you clear instructions in terms of what code that you need to write. And let's see some of the tips and tricks here. So as you're doing the values, you want to be conscious in terms of what type of variable type you are utilizing for the input. So hint, hint, this is not a whole number or an integer. When we're doing the calculations for the sales tax over here, that is also not an integer. And also you want to look at the previous labs where we end up formatting to 2 decimal places. You want to do that. I mentioned that in another video. And then we have our total down below here. So this should be fairly easy. I do have some challenge codes associated with this. So in the code, in the code you need to add a couple additional variables, especially for the sales tax. And then for the challenge code, you want to create additional entries, apply a discount code of all the sales items, and display the discount as a negative value. Use the sales tax of 9.25. And this is basically how the output would look like. So for the challenge code, we're going to have the list of items that the user has entered, and then at the bottom here you can see how the sales receipt is done. So again, we have our header portion, we have the store information, cashier information, items, the subtotal here, and then a discount. We have a new subtotal, the sales tax, right? Sales tax applies to the new subtotal there, and then basically the total cost, and then we have our footer information. Now it seems like there's a lot going on. There is, but it's actually very easy once you start looking at the code. Because again, once again, the code components here, I've highlighted everything out in terms of what you need to do in terms of writing the particular code. Okay? Any questions, just reach out.